Hello, and welcome to the ADU Wizard course for Kitsap County, Washington. This is the first module, the introduction, if you will, into introduction to accessory dwelling units. And what we're going to do here is go over what is my zone or what is your zone and use the parcel search tool to help find out what zone the property you're looking at or own is, because the zoning of the property is going to really drive and determine which part of the Kitsap County Code you need to adhere to for your accessory dwelling unit process. The Kitsap County Parcel Search tool is a public-facing tool. Anybody can access it. All of the information that's going to be shown in this part of the module and all of the modules that we're going to go over is all publicly available. Anyone with the internet, browser, any of that stuff can access this, no problem. And to get here, you just do a simple internet search, look up Kitsap County Parcel Search, and it should be one of the first links. And this is what the page will look like when you open it. Now you'll see a outline of the Kitsap County Peninsula, a manage letters box over here, and then also at the top, search options to find the parcel in question. A couple ways you can do that. If you have the parcel number, the tax ID, the account number, you can use that. If you have the address of the property, you can use that as well. And lastly, if you know the location of the property, you can use this zoom to location tool and choose that, and it will take you to the area that you select. Once you have located your parcel, as you can see as you zoom in here, they become visible. Once you locate your parcel, what you'll want to do is click it. And you'll see it becomes highlighted in green and an identify results box pops up. Very important. Parcel search is really a powerful tool. There's a lot of information here. We're not going to go down all the rabbit holes that exist in this tool. We're just going to basically use the simple functions so we can find out what the zone is to begin to understand where to find the code you need to reference for your property in question. In this case, once it's highlighted, the identify results box pops up and you'll see all of these links, but what you want to do is click this one right here, the one that says land and location. That land and location link is going to pop open another tab, the parcel details. It's going to have information about it. It's going to have the property use of it. It's going to have the approximate size. And right over here on the right-hand side, we're going to see what the zoning is and also what the jurisdiction is. The jurisdiction is going to either be unincorporated rural, or it's going to have a name of the urban growth area that it might be located in. In this case, it's not located in an urban growth area, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll talk about more about that later when we talk about the differences between attached and detached accessory dwelling units and what code applies in those particular cases. This module, we're just going to use the parcel search tool to find your zoning for your property in question, and then look at what happens when you explore the zoning for accessory dwelling units. So pretty simple. Find the property, click it, click land and location. That pops this up. Now, the nice thing about this page is the zoning button, rural protection, that is a button you can click as well. And that takes you to a quick reference guide for that zone, which is really fantastic because it gives you more information about the zone itself, the permitted uses or conditional permitted uses for the different types of land use for the property. And in this case, what we want to do is look at the residential uses because that's what accessory dwelling units are classified as. You'll see right away, right at the top, accessory dwelling units attached. P, if we look at the legend here, that's permitted use. It's outright allowed land use. And accessory dwelling units detached are C. That's a conditional use permit. The primary difference between these two is the attached one doesn't require a land use permit. It just requires a building permit. And the building permit just needs to adhere to whatever categorical use you fall into, either inside of an urban growth area or outside of an urban growth area. The conditional land permit is needed for detached ones and a building permit as well. Said another way, the detached accessory dwelling unit in this zone requires 2 permits. It requires a conditional land use permit and the building permit. So permitted, just the building permit. For attached, detached, 2 permits. Conditional land use and a building permit. Now the conditional land use permit, you can see it does go to hearing examiner, and you'll actually want to check with the county to find out what that time frame looks like. It can be pretty long. It can be 6 months, 8 months, sometimes more, depending on the hearing examiner schedule. So just bear that in mind. The conditional use permit will add significant amount of time potentially to your project should you choose to want to have a detached accessory dwelling unit. And that's basically the gist of the parcel search tool and how you use it to find out the zone and where to find that information at. You just find your parcel, highlight it, click land and location. You'll see the information and what the zone is, and then you'll click that and it'll take you to the quick reference guide for showing you what's permitted or conditionally permitted in terms of accessory dwelling units and where to find the code for that. So that's it. That's the very first part of this course, is just got to get the basics out of the way, find out what zone it is, and in the next module, we'll do a deeper dive into the basic codes for attached accessory dwelling units, where we'll look at attached accessory dwelling units, what the definition is of it, and what the difference is between located in an urban growth area and outside of an urban growth area